Welcome to Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda. In the last few days, I've been present at a couple of Alpha courses being launched. If you're familiar with the Alpha course, it's a video-based course that is designed for people who are interested in the Christian faith, who are drawn to Christian faith, maybe have not yet made a decision, or maybe they've recently made a decision for Christ, but it's for them to explore the truth of Christianity. And as I've been at several of these, I'm basically hearing the introductory video from Alpha with the Reverend Nicky Gumbel. I've heard that a number of occasions now. I could probably recite it by memory if I tried to, but during that, the issue comes up about the proof for Jesus and the evidence that Jesus existed, that Jesus truly was raised from the dead. It's mentioned on several times that from a lawyer's perspective, the evidence for this is greater than most historical facts that we accept as being true. And one name that gets mentioned quite a lot is C.S. Lewis, the great Irish, Northern Irish Christian thinker. Now, it's not that he was so much a historian. C.S. Lewis was a philosopher, and he studied mythology. He studied English literature, and he, of course, wrote a whole load of books and became famous for his apologetics, where he argued for the rationality and truth of faith in Jesus Christ. Now, why is his opinion about the reliability of the evidence for Jesus, why do people get so impressed by that? Well, one reason is this, that sometimes in order to be able to recognize things that are true, we need to be able to recognize the things that are false. I heard it once said, I don't know if this is true or not, but I have heard it said that sometimes banks will train people to spot false money by having them working with real money. The more that they handle and work with real money, when they get a counterfeit banknote in their hands, they can immediately tell the difference. Well, with C.S. Lewis, it's a little bit like operating that in reverse. C.S. Lewis, because he was an expert and was a lecturer and wrote so many books about mythology and legends and ancient epic poems and all this kind of stuff, he was working all the time with stuff that wasn't true. And then when he turned to look at the Gospels, he could see such a clear difference in character between the truth and that which was false. And by the way, it wasn't just C.S. Lewis. He was great friends with Tolkien, the guy that wrote The Lord of the Rings, another firm believer in Jesus Christ, who was a student of and an expert in basically fantasy literature and as we would call it now, but ancient epic legends and stuff like that. And so both C.S. Lewis and Tolkien, who were great friends, as we said, were both committed Christians in different churches, but nevertheless, they were both, by being so familiar with working with things that were make-believe, they were able to see that the Gospels lie in a different category altogether, that they bear none of the hallmarks of things that people make up, but they bear all the hallmarks of truth, of real recorded fact. And that's why the opinions of people like C.S. Lewis and Tolkien are actually quite significant for us as Christians. Because when people say, it's all make-believe, the Bible, it's all fairy stories, actually the people that work the most with make-believe and fairy stories say, well, hang on, no, the Bible is not that. The Bible is completely different. It has all the hallmarks of something that is profoundly truthful. That's why the Bible today continues to lead and guide so many of us in our lives. May God bless you today, and join us again tomorrow for another Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda.